One of the factories that made Grand Rapids a big part of the furniture industry is a burned out shell tonight, and we're learning a little more today about how that massive fire at the old Kindel plant spread. A fire so big, even a sprinkler system might not have been able to stop it. 24-Hour News 8's Joe LaFurge is live in Grand Rapids with some of the new details tonight. Joe?
Yeah, Brian, first things first, this is about as close as we've been to the building since that fire broke out yesterday. We're just a few feet from the very front on the west end. Take a look at, they're still very cautious, still have part of the road closed off here in front of the old plant. And you can see why. The second and third floor, you can see sunlight all the way through. All there is those brick walls. They're afraid that it is weak enough, it still could collapse. That's still a concern here. Today we learned that, as you said, sprinkler system, it may not have been effective here. We also learned that despite the damage, firefighters were able to preserve some of the history here. They were able to protect archival information that was in some of those burnt off offices. The old factory turned out generations of furniture made by generations of workers.
Kept us busy, 40 hours plus a week. And it was a good place to work.
Fred Van Dyken is one of those generations. He worked here starting in 1977 until the company moved operations elsewhere in the area last October.
Just want to be part of it and see it. I mean, 2/3 of my life is here in this building, and just hard to believe that it's gone.
It's been the family business. Fred's father, brother, and now son Matthew have all turned out furniture for Kindel.
It's kind of sad leaving this place, but now it's even sadder seeing it burn.
We've also learned this fire was a recipe for disaster from the start. A reciprocating saw used by crews taking apart ductwork in the third floor ceiling threw a spark. Decades of dried up lacquer, wood dust, and other flammables lit up. Workers tried putting it out with a fire extinguisher, but the flames outran their efforts.
It's moving very quickly and it's above them.
Kindel had switched to a dry sprinkler system. Instead of water constantly running through the pipes that feed sprinkler heads, a valve has to be turned on to charge the system. It's common practice to convert to a dry system in unoccupied buildings, and even if there was water in the pipes, it may not have made a difference. The fire burned alongside the pipes, feeding the sprinkler heads, which spray downward.
With it being above the system, the fire had ample time to grow and easily overcome the system.
And we've also are learning that they're still trying to get to some of that archival information that is inside. Their last fire crew just leaving the scene over 24 hours after this fire broke out. City fire inspectors say they are going through records right now. They're checking permits to make sure the company was able to turn that water system, that sprinkler system off, that they had the correct permits to do that. They're also checking with that company that was doing the work inside, taking that ductwork apart to make sure they had the proper permits which would have required certain safety precautions while they were doing that work. That'll take some time, though, to get through all that paperwork. Live in Grand Rapids, Joe LaFurge, 24-Hour News 8.